What would you guys say should be my mindset for like the first couple of months in terms of like making calls and, the kind of work rate I should be putting in with this new role?
I love that. Okay.
I would say learn the product that you're selling, like inside and out first, before speaking to prospects and understanding that your ICP, who you're going after, and about their world. Just put it in ChatGPT. Tell me everything about this ICP.
Okay, cool.
And Nimco, on that point, when learning about your product, how did you absorb it in your brain? Because it might be a little bit technical. You're working with shoes. So like, how did you simplify it for you to be able to get it?
To be honest, I just literally put the website in ChatGPT. I'm like, tell me everything about what I'm selling. Why is it valuable? Like, why is it different to our competitors as well? And also playing around with the platform as well. So I work in a video media production company, so it's basically like I was submitting videos myself, I was doing a briefing myself. So I was trying to put myself in the buyer's shoes so I understand how it feels. I'm going to be using it.
I love that. So putting yourself in their shoes, having an understanding how the platform works and playing with the platform as well. Is that right?
Yeah, and understanding the different icons as well. Like, for example, with other companies, I was actually doing the demos as well. So it was important for me to learn what does that mean? What does this mean? Yeah, going through and understanding everything before actually hitting the phones. I just felt like made me feel a lot more confident rather than getting hit with a question about what does that mean? Like, how's that going to help me?
I love that. Top marks. Thank you very much, Nimco.
Yeah.
Matt, what would you advise?
Well, what's the what's the thing you're most nervous about or anxious about going into it?
Wouldn't say anything in particular that I'm nervous about, but it's more so that I want to be far from the average person and rather put myself into the bracket of being a top performer. And I'm just trying to kind of figure out how I can be in that top bracket, if that makes sense.
Fair enough. Kind of looking at being a top performer, even with not having a huge amount of experience before, what does that kind of look like?
Are you asking me what I consider as a top performer?
Yeah.
I mean, I think it's just about obviously because I'm the first few months, I don't think I'd be measured much on my results because I'm new. But I want to kind of set myself up to become a top performer quite early on. So I'd say, the person that's putting in the work, doing all the making all the calls, and then eventually bringing in the results as soon as I possibly can with hitting quota, with hitting numbers, that type of thing. So yeah, that's what I'd consider a top performer.
Yeah. I think you really on the right path. One of the things you said at the start, I think is going to be really important for your first 3 months, I'd say. And it was that you said that at the start, you know that you're not going to have the same expectations that you do have in the future. And I've spent a lot of time getting some advice from other people that are doing really well in sales, years of experience. And one of the things that I've learned from that is about being adaptable, because what you might perceive as a top performer now, what even your company, your managers, even what might be perceived on LinkedIn as a top performer, sales changes every single day. What your prospects need changes every single day. So sales reps that have this one track solution, this one method to getting hitting quota, typically the ones that end up falling behind because they've only got one solution. At the moment today, cold calling is going to be almost impossible to get through. Fair play for trying. I'm not saying don't, but it's clearly going to be a slower avenue. However, a lot more reps are going to be on LinkedIn, emails, even out of offices. You might get answers back about, hey, I'm out of office, contact this email, contact this number, XYZ. So the best reps are the ones that don't just put all of their skills in one method. Learn different techniques, learn different ways of doing it. Don't just do it because it's what everyone else is doing.